Over time, Landcare has spoken to many people at Hindy Machinery Field Days in the Landcare shed, but never have they really recorded what Landcare means to them. This year we captured their thoughts to allow others to hear what people think about Landcare. We simply asked them, what does Landcare mean to you? Some talked about fungus, some about plants, some about weeds, some about soil, some about farms. You can't forget the squirrel gliders or the frogs, and the list goes on. But most of all, it was about the people who care. It's about the land and the people. It's all in the name, really, Landcare. This recording was done on Wiradjuri country on Wednesday, the 20th of September 2023. We are very grateful to Wiradjuri people who have looked after this land for many years with a gentle footprint. Let's have a listen.
What does land care mean to me? Well, I mean, it's care for the environment, encouraging bird life. I'm fascinated with trees, especially acacia and its importance, but more importantly, fungi and the role that it has to play in the environment.
Landcare has assisted us in soil sampling and blackberry eradication. I've borrowed the spray unit from time to time, and just advice on suitable plants to put in for wet areas and the like. Been very useful in the past.
I'm just here with my two kids, and I think Landcare's just about introducing them to how to look after the land and the waterways and the nature and the animals that live here.
Land care is pretty important. It's very informative. You can learn a lot. There's a lot of expertise. It's also pretty good for putting together some plan of your properties so that you can preserve areas that need preserving and enhance and conserve what's there. It can be pretty good for funding too, if you need that. It's a great group. I think it was a very good thing that Bob Hawke brought in the 80s.
Land care means to me taking care of the land and what the land can do itself.
Land care is looking after the land and conserving it so that future generations are able to observe its natural beauty in the way that we see it today.
Land care means being supported in improving the quality of the land, especially in terms of revegetation and returning or putting aside some land for wildlife and improving the quality of farms.
I think land care means investing in the land for future generations and restoring a lot of the harm that's been done in the past. I think land care has come a long way since it first came around. It used to be much more about communities and individual farmers, and now it's changed. We've got staff positions funded by councils or the state government. There's still that community aspect, but things have definitely changed with funding coming and going, and there's a lot of good that's been done.
Land care to me means not littering, and if you see a bit of rubbish on the side of the road, you pick it up.
Land care means a great deal to me because I'm enjoying all the native wildlife, echidnas, birds, they're all part of the land care, and it just makes my country when you see the native wildlife around, you know your land's going pretty well, and that's what I'm happy about.
And land care. So it's great because it gives us another whole way of looking at our farm and our environment and our surroundings. Great opportunity to learn how to manage it better and learn what the plants actually are and how they function in our farm, the benefits, especially for the agricultural production side and the natural environment. And I think for our mental health and well-being and our spirituality too, it's a whole process and aspect there and relationships. And it's what really just keeps you sane and happy and healthy, and it's wonderful when you get young people out there with you, and it really teaches you to be quiet and to think and to wait.
And land care means to me sustainability and looking after the land for the future.
Land care to me represents a whole bunch of very passionate, enthusiastic people working really hard together to help us try and green the landscape and inevitably save the planet.
Land care to me is the way where farmers can help try and protect the landscape, protect the native animals, native flora and fauna, try and negate some of the negative effects of our farming practices on the environment. Just, love being amongst the birds, our blocks on the river, so I love the kookaburras squawking away and all the other birds we see.
Join the local Landcare group, and since we've done that, a whole mob of kangaroos has taken up residence, which was never there before, and we've got about 100 different bird species that are all coming in because we're trying to plant there what's good for that area. So Landcare for me means you bring in all the native things that you didn't have before.
Landcare means to me a group of like-minded people coming together to look after the earth and the waterways for future generations.
I started our Landcare group in 1989 and we've been doing Landcare in all sorts of forms since then. But I think for me the big thing is that my kids have grown up doing all these things and it's now sort of business as usual for them in our farming business. So we're planting trees every year and, partaking in all sorts of emerging new markets and, just doing, it's just, as I say, part of life. I grew up in the Western Riverina and came from a family that was very keen on the natural environment. My father was a very keen ornithologist, bird watcher, and started planting trees in the 1960s, so we sort of grew up with that idea. And, there were, I guess, lots of members of my family are involved in either gardening or bird watching or love fishing and being out in the bush, and so that's just been part of our DNA all our lives.
Landcare to me means working in with farmers in our region to improve their farming and natural landscapes and their environmental assets on farm. I think Landcare has a real role to play in providing objective information about those things to landholders.
We joined it because we both recently retired and we're both interested in looking after the local area, planting trees, doing squirrel glider counts, doing frog counts, getting rid of invasive species where possible.
What Landcare means to me, Landcare is about taking time to stop and look and see and feel and touch and smell the world around us. I love finding something new, learning something different, seeing what's out there.
Well, there you have it. That's what people think about Landcare. A big thank you to all those people who allowed us to record them. Your words have helped us immensely and will continue to encourage us and others into the future. If you would like to be part of a Landcare group, look us up on our website, mli.org.au.